Hey guys, I'm back. I've been gone for a few weeks. I was on spring break, and I know I said I was going to upload, but I just wanted to relax, get ready for these draft videos I got to get done, get ready for the second half of the semester. Just wanted to relax, recharge, and here I am. I'm back, and I'm doing the top 5 running backs in this draft. Alright, let's start off with who is probably the best player in this draft, Saquon Barkley. Now, what is he? He's a playmaker. Alright, you see what he did at Penn State? He was there to make a play. He wasn't there to just get 3 or 4 yards. He was there to get a long run, to get a touchdown every single play. And he's also a really good pass catcher. He will come out of the backfield. He basically did everything at Penn State. He caught the ball, he ran the ball, he even returned kicks. Here's a guy that has a lot of value to him. He's going to be great for whatever team takes him. But there are some things that he has to work on. While I think he's going to be a really good player, he does need to work on some things. Now, he didn't break as many tackles as you would think. Alright, he needs to work on making people miss. And he's more of an east-west guy than a north-south, so he has to develop a north-south running style instead of going east-west. And basically what that means is north-south, you're just going up the middle, just taking as many as you can get. East-west, you're kind of trying to move around, trying to make a play, and you end up maybe losing yards from time to time. So he needs to work on just taking the yards that he can get. Darius Guy from LSU, he took over from Leonard Fournette, and he really did a good job. What this guy has, he has a good combination of speed, power, and balance. That's always good to have in a running back, because you'll have enough speed to get away, you'll have enough power to break a tackle, and you'll have enough balance. If you broke a tackle, you might fall down. That's always a good thing to have. And he's also got really good vision. Vision is really important in a running back. You don't realize it. Without vision, you end up being a Trent Richardson. You know, he doesn't see the holes. This guy can see the holes. And his footwork and athleticism is really good. Your footwork, athleticism, it's always a great thing to have in a running back. You have to realize how important footwork is, no matter what position. And running back is especially important. Now, he has had some injury issues. You take a look at the past year. He did have some injury issues. That's why some people are not really looking at that tape. They're looking at the 2016 tape. His burst is on the average side. That's not a big problem, but it can be a problem in the NFL. And he has some tightness in his hips. When you have hip tightness, it's not a good thing to have. If you're a running back, you need to be able to have loose hips. So the hip tightness might be a little bit of a problem, but I think he'll be a really good running back in the NFL. Next up, one of 2 players from Georgia on this list, Sonny Michel. He is a disciplined runner. He will wait for that hold to come. Burst after cuts, he's got a really good burst. Alright, I just talked about how guys doesn't have great burst. He has a really good burst. He's decisive, and he has open field vision. Alright, being decisive, it's knowing when to go and when to just stay and wait. So that's another good thing to have. And open field vision, when you get into the open field, you need to be able to see what's going on. And he can see everything that's going on when he gets into the open field. Now, Michel also has some tightness in his hips. That's a problem. Like I said, that can be a problem if you're in the NFL. He does have a lack of agility. And while his open field vision is good, he has some open field balance problems. So that can be a problem in the NFL. And if he wants to be a pass catcher, he needs to learn how to catch cleanly. He needs to do that. Alright? Michel has some things to work on, but if he works on them, he's going to be a really good player. Ronald Jones III from USC also has really good feet. And unlike the other 2, he has loose hips. That is a really good thing to have for this guy. I saw him play at USC. He was a really good running back for them. And he doesn't fumble a lot. He hasn't had a lot of fumbles in his career. That is a great thing to have. If you can hold on to the football, that just adds value to a running back. And he's also a willing blocker. That adds value to a running back. Nowadays, running backs are expected to block, and the fact that this guy is willing to do that, that's going to make an NFL team want him. However, he's a little bit lean. He needs to beef up. And he does have inconsistent vision. So, somebody needs to work on that vision for him. A running back coach needs to talk to him about that, work on his vision. Vision can be worked on. Alright, sometimes you're not really looking all over. So a running back coach can work on that. and he fights too much. What that means is he's trying to get yards when he probably shouldn't, when he should just go down instead of trying to get more yards and could end up hurting himself. So there are some things that he needs to work on. But like I said with Michelle, if he works on them, he'll be a pretty good player. Next up is Nick Chubb, also from Georgia. Now he's tied for 5 with Rashad Penny. I'll get to Penny later. But Chubb, he has one cut ability. So he has the ability to go one cut, then go. He only needs one cut, and then he's gone. Ball security. He held onto the ball while at Georgia. And discipline. He's just like his teammate. He waits for that hole to open. Now he has had injury problems at Georgia. I remember when he had that very serious, I can't remember if it was knee or leg. It was one of those two, but I can't remember which one. Which did cause him to lose his explosion and his sharpness. So they dropped. His vision is okay, but not something that jumps off the charts. And he needs to read his blocks a little bit better. So Chubb has a little more to work on than Michelle. But these two, I saw them play at Georgia. They were a lethal duo. And if those two work on it, they are going to be really good players. All right, let's move on to Rashard Penny from San Diego State. This guy's patient. All right, he's just like the other. He's just like Michelle and Chubb. He'll wait. He's got desired NFL size. That is really good to have. If you have desired NFL size, you're already on a team's radar. Special teams returner. He's just like Barkley. He'll be a big help in the special teams department. And he just won't go down. He just won't go down. He's a high cut, upright player, which means when he's cutting, he's not bending his legs. He's kind of standing up a little more than you want to. He needs to work on getting low when he cuts. That way, he's able to break tackles. And his route running. He needs to work on that if he wants to be a complete running back. All right, guys. Those were the top 5 running backs. Really top 6 because there was a tie for number 5. Next up are the top 5 wide receivers. See you then.